which is cool with me. And it's 50 of you on the call, and it would be foolish of me to think that the majority of you are in my Coral Springs office. Matter of fact, the majority of you aren't. And Gary Keller started talking about different models that exist in the real estate industry well over a year ago. And we started working on creating a new model that would be more in line with what we're seeing in our real estate industry right now about a year ago. And most of you on this call are with Keller Williams. So most of you have probably heard conversations in your market center that the company is looking at new models. Yes or no? Nod your head, thumbs up, do something that I know you're there. Good. Okay. Now, here's what I've learned in the last couple of weeks. When your market center introduces the new model, because everyone will eventually. Right now, 20%, less than 20% of 950 Keller Williams offices across the United States. I don't know outside the United States, but I know across the United States, less than 20% of the market centers in our company have adopted a new model. So chances are you're in an office that hasn't yet. Now, imagine today is the day that your team leader is going to stand in front of your market center and they're going to introduce this new model. Is everyone excited?
Yes.
Yes.
No, not everybody would be excited.
Not
They don't know
everybody.
what to
Not
expect.
Everyone. Yeah.
They should be.
So here's what I know. Not only is everyone not excited, some are going to be very outspoken against this. And as the leader of the office, I have to make a decision, what's the right thing to do? And for me, changing our model is not only the right thing to do, whether or not everybody loves it or not. It's not only the right thing to do, it's the only thing to do. And remember, anytime you set out to do anything big in life, there will be giants in your path. Remember that anytime you set out to change, because people don't like change, there will be people who don't like it. Sometimes those people are the closest to you. Hold on one second. Let me say hi to somebody. Haley, good morning. Hi. Make yourself at home. There's 53 people on Zoom that are all saying hi to you right now. There will be, everybody's waving. There will be people who absolutely don't like this. If you want to have some fun, just tune into the team meeting here in Coral Springs today at 11:15. That ought to be interesting, right, Shirley? Now, I'm going to read a couple quotes to you. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The easiest thing is to react. The second easiest thing is to respond. But the hardest thing is to initiate. Now, there's this really cool book, and when I'm prepared for a presentation, I start grabbing books that I've read. And I'm like, I know there's something in this book that speaks to what I want to say. And I found it in The Locker Room. You Win in the Locker Room First by John Gordon and Mike Smith. And here's what the authors have to say on this subject. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that when you have a feeling in your heart, it goes to every cell in the body. then outward, and other people up to 10 feet away can sense feelings transmitted by the heart. Remember, you can't create energy. You can only transfer it or transform it. And have you ever walked into a room and just said, wow, the energy in here is incredible? Or do you know someone who, when they walked in the room, you're like, oh my gosh, the energy in here just got better? Or maybe do you know somebody when they left the room, you said, wow, the energy just got better? There you go. A few of you laughed. That's cool. Unfortunately, it's true though. This means that each day you are broadcasting to your team how you feel. You are either broadcasting positive energy or negative energy, apathy or passion, indifference or purpose. Research from Harvard University also supports the idea that emotions you feel are contagious and affect the people around you. Now, I thought, who do I know that has been faced with a similar journey? Who do I know that has been on a journey with a destination that is assured, with a decided heart, that had the people around them not only didn't support what they were doing, but also were against what they were doing? And I thought, you know what? There's a story in the Traveler's Gift. And I know this individual has, everything we know about this individual, not necessarily somebody that we want to celebrate because they did a lot of really bad things. I get that. But listen to the story. Listen to the story that the author shares. Whether this is exactly how it happened or not, it's still relevant to the conversation. This is a story about Christopher Columbus crossing the Atlantic Ocean. 3/4 of the way on a journey to find the New World, with less than 1 week's worth of food and water left, and a crew that was ready to throw him overboard because they were done. They were done with this journey. Not only did they not support the journey, they wanted to turn around. Listen to this. David Ponder is talking to Christopher Columbus. They're up in a crow's nest. And Columbus asks, what do you see? The sun is breaking and they're looking east. And they're looking west. The sun is coming up behind them and they expect to see land, right? And Christopher Columbus asked David, what do you see? David asked softly, David asked, and Columbus said, something? Columbus answered. What? David looked around confused. You see land? Yes. The great man said simply. David frowned. He was straining to catch a glimpse of what Columbus claimed he saw. Point it out to me, please. Senor Ponder, Columbus said, you are looking in the wrong direction. Today, you will not see land off the bow of my ship. You will see land only by looking into my eyes. Yes, there is land, Columbus replied, and it is right there. He gestured past the bow of the ship again. I see it as plainly as I see you. For almost 20 years, listen to this. For almost 20 years, I have seen it, and tomorrow you will see it too. It will come into view just as dawn breaks directly in front of the Santa Maria, beautiful land with trees and fruit and animals and people who will welcome us as heroes. The water gushing from the ground will be cold and pure. It will sparkle as sprinkled with diamonds. This will be a place for men's dreams to come true, a glorious new world. His men gather below the crow's nest. Directly underneath them were 4 men. They motioned for Columbus to join them. Columbus pursed his lips and sighed. Boy, I know that. I know that feeling. And David Ponder said, trouble? And Columbus said, yeah, most assuredly. He knew what the conversation was. He knew what was coming next. These men were not there to cheer him on. These men were there to stand against him. Swinging his leg over the lip of the wooden cup, Columbus answered, most assuredly, these are my officers. Leading the contingent against their leader, First Officer Juan Garrison did all of the talking. Your officers are in agreement, El Capitan. This voyage is finished. It is time to return. Columbus looked at the men and said, but we are almost there. The hardest part of the journey is past. Tomorrow you will see land. It will be beautiful land with trees and fruit. And then Garrison stopped him and said, we have heard this sad refrain too many times. Surely you must see that the men have reached their limit. Columbus smiled stiffly. I see men who don't know the limits they can reach. Juan Garrison briefly closed his eyes as if to contain himself. Sir, your officers and I have decided to turn back. To reverse course is the gambit of a fool. It not only means failure, but certain death as well. Our only course is forward. Our only hope is to press on. Our only hope is forward. Our only hope is to press on. We are on a journey with a destination that is assured. If you're looking for that destination, you're not going to see it out there. The only place you're going to see it is in here, in my heart, because it's the only place that it exists right now. Is this realistic? Captain, will we find land? Columbus moved to put his arm around the shoulders of the taller man. Is this realistic? I say to you, no. But then nothing great was ever accomplished by a realistic person. Will we find land? Yes. Yes, we will find land, but that will be the least of your discoveries. Columbus pointed to the first officer's chest. You will find a heart for success that you did not know existed. What'd you hear? Talk to me.
John,
Yes.
if I may, I've known
Yes.
you now for, what, about 5 years?
Mm.
Alan longer. I've known Alan for 10 years. I've been with Keller Williams for many, many years. And any real estate company can go ahead and list and sell and all that other stuff. But what holds Keller Williams near and dear to me and so many other people is leadership. It's a matter of being able to have a vision, being able to see what's out there and guide us. And we, as far as agents, need to be able to have enough faith in our leadership to know that they're doing the right thing. Gary Keller did not get to be where he is right now by throwing something on the wall and hoping that it sticks. Same thing goes with our offices. Same thing goes with Alan. We're looking at what's going to go ahead and make not only the office successful, but us agents successful. And over the course of the last years, I think you guys have been spot on. So if you, if Alan, if Richard, if Gary Keller think that we are moving in the right direction to tweak, to change our business model, there's got to be a reason for it. He's not trying to crash and burn the company. So you got my support fully.
Thank you.
John, if I may,
Lance.
first I want to say, Alex, great to see you back, buddy. You look wonderful. What Alan and Richard did for us during COVID, by increasing our commissions and helping us through, showed me everything I need to know. I don't care what you guys are announcing today. I am not going nowhere because I know no matter what, that Alan and Richard have our best interest at heart. And what I heard from what you read is I see men who don't know their limits, and the only way to proceed is to press on.
Good job, Lance. Thank you.
John.
Yes, Valerie.
Well, I'm listening on Audible. It was so good though that I went and bought it, and I've been listening to this, and I mean, Gary Keller, everything that exemplifies the good to great companies is what Gary has done. And, you know, if he is going to make a change, it's well thought out. It's not some flash in the pan, you know, let's jump here, jump here. He doesn't, you know, do that kind of thing. He's planning and plotting methodically. And the whole thing about command, putting us in place with a software platform way ahead of anybody else. I'm with Lance. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm
Good
with all
stuff.
of you. I'm non-recruitable, not leaving. And what I heard is, and like ditto to what Lance and Alex said. Alex, it's great to see you. You know, every day I learn more about Keller Williams. I learn more about our corporate leadership. I learn more about the Waxman Group leadership. And every day I'm more impressed. And one of the things that I have really learned to do is exactly what Christopher Columbus says, you're not going to see it anywhere but in my eyes. And we have to remember, keep looking inside of John's eyes. And I think that that's the reason why we never get tired of coming here every morning, John, because we're looking in your eyes and we're seeing what's in your eyes. And that's what we are moving toward. And that's the same thing with Gary. We need to keep seeing what is in his eyes, what's in Alan's eyes, what's in Richard's eyes. And I believe that when we understand, like, that's the gist of why we stay, right? Is because we see it in their eyes and we're not looking all around and listening to all the junk. We see it in their eyes. And that was the point that I got, is just keep looking in Alan's eyes, Richard's eyes, Gary's eyes, John's eyes. Keep looking in the eyes of the leadership because it's right there.
Good stuff, guys. All right, we're going to wrap this up because I've got 8:58 and I am logging off and logging back on for scripts and role play in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So what's work? I've got this today. Work is, by the way, 51. Don't log off, because even though you've heard this 100 times, I'm programming you. Listen, what is work? Work is 20 conversations, not 19, not 18, not 17 conversations, because when you have 17 conversations, because it's close enough, you didn't have the 18th conversation, which got you the listing, and you didn't get it, and you don't even know that you could have got it because you didn't have the conversation. Make care calls, not sale calls. Always lead with gratitude. Thank you for taking my call. Always bring value to every single conversation. Every day, focus on getting an appointment, getting a referral, or adding somebody to your database. Find somebody today that is thinking of selling their home, whether it's a week from now, 30 days from now, 6 months from now, or a year from now. It doesn't matter, because a year from now, you're going to need listings. You're going to meet with 250 people who are going to be in your pipeline, in your funnel, who you're going to follow up with forever, because you reject rejection, and no is not a word that lives in your vocabulary. No simply means not yet. And when you follow up forever, you're going to create emotional proximity so that when people change their mind, remember, they will never make a new decision, but what they will do is they will never change their mind, but what they will do is make a new decision based on new information. And when you follow up forever, you're creating emotional proximity. You're giving them an opportunity to make a new decision, which is to hire you. Holy cow, that was hard. All right, make it great to everybody. See you in 1 minute.
Bye, John.
Awesome. Make it a great day.